Cubs without B-U-C-S. So the Pirates have the Cubs letters. Now we'll see if they have their number. A week after a lopsided sweep at the hands of the Cubs in Chicago, the Pirates will try to return the favor here in Pittsburgh. The first of 4 between the Bucks and Cubs at PNC Park begins right now on AT&T Sportsnet.
He struck him out! Clear the deck! Cannonball coming!
This afternoon, the Pirates will work on their 3rd consecutive victory here on Labor Day. It's the Pirates and the Cubs on Labor Day from PNC Park. And what do you do on the holiday? Well, you tailgate, you have some fun, you maybe grill some meats, and have a little baseball to go with it. And we've got that for you here this afternoon from Pittsburgh. And welcome into the booth. Joe Block and Steve Blass with you here this afternoon as the Pirates back in action. They won the last 2 against the Reds. Today they'll entertain the Cubs, the team in first place in the National League Central. And the way you beat good teams is with good pitching. And so far, Chad Kuhl has continued to get better and better as his season's gone on.
Yeah, this continues to be a learning program for Chad Kuhl and also Trevor Williams, who did a good job yesterday. Take a look at what he's done since the end of May. 17 starts, 5 wins, 5 losses, an ERA, very, very respectable. And you look at him making progress throughout the course of the season. The last 3 starts have been good ones also, and he's done very good work in this ballpark. So this is an opportunity for Chad Kuhl not only to win a couple more games before the end of September, but also to audition, because he is going to be trying to get a spot in that rotation next spring and spring training in March down in Florida. So these are important starts for Chad Kuhl to see what he can do to finish up what has been, I think, a very progressive, good season, all things considered.
And you look at what Jake Arrieta, the Cubs starter, did to begin this season. You'd say very much an average starter, but we know he's better than that, and he has proven so since the All-Star break.
Yeah, he's pitching like he did a couple of years ago, Joe. Very, very good. Pitcher of the month in the month of August. He does that great thing where he gets you going toward the 3rd baseline, throws across his body. He is very tough to deal with when he's on his game, and right now he is on his game. So the Pirates need to play a mistake-free baseball game and get that good start from Chad Kuhl to compete with the Cubs and Jake Arrieta today.
And a rematch of the last time around against these 2 pitchers here on Labor Day. And the Pirates hope to cook up a victory here in the series opener. The Pirates and the Cubs coming up next right here on AT&T Sportsnet. Hey, for the Buccos and the Cubs, their opposition over the next 4, and here today on Labor Day. Glad you're with us here, spending the holiday here, watching some Bucco baseball, or maybe floating nearby.
Yeah, that's a pretty good way to spend the afternoon right there.
And we'll be paying attention to that. That wind's been blowing pretty stiffly out toward left field today. See how it factors to all the hitters. And for the visiting Cubs today, John Jay atop the order with Kyle Schwarber in the 2 spot. Bryant and Rizzo, the familiar 3-4. Rizzo with good career numbers against Cool. Zobrist as well. Alex Avila does the catching with Jason Hayward, Mike Freeman at shortstop, and then Jake Arrieta.
And Chad Kuhl, start number 28. So he's been out there on a pretty regular basis. 6-10, 4.54 ERA, but as we said in the open, he's done much better since the end of July, and he'll be trying to pick it up. Last time he was beaten by Jake Arrieta in the Cubs, and here's the defense that'll be helping him out this afternoon.
And the Honda defense with Sean Rodriguez, the shortstop, Max Moroff, his double play partner, Freese and Bell on the corners, Marte, McCutcheon, and Luplow in the outfield. Elias Diaz does the catching for the Pirates on this picture perfect day. It's warmed back up again here. Should be a good hitter's day today, it looks like, right? With the wind and with the warmth.
Yeah, and a good day for the pitchers to have that 2-seam sinker. Maybe keep the ball on the ground a little bit. Pitch missing downstairs there. To beat the Cubs right now, because they're hot, they've been very, very hot since the All-Star break. You've just really basically got to outpitch them, and that falls on the shoulders of Chad Kuhl.
Yeah, the Cubs have been scoring runs at will. Much different team than the first half of this season. Jay has gone to start things, and that's a good start, right? The ball on the ground.
Yeah, 2 things. It's John Jay hitting the ball on the ground. It's not Billy Hamilton.
Yeah.
We're rid of him. He's out of town.
The Cubs don't have a burner like that. Umpires today, Chris Guccione on the balls and strikes, Dana DeMuth. The crew chief there at first base, Paul Nard at second base, Roberto Ortiz is the umpire at third. Kyle Schwarber in the 2 spot. Starting to come on. He has performed better after that brief demotion to the minor leagues at the end of June.
Not hitting much at all for an average, but still 24 home runs. Dangerous.
Swing and miss is still real for Schwarber, and so they'll accommodate him by putting 3 men on the right side. Moroff out there in short right.
Chad Kuhl has done a very good job of keeping the ball in the ballpark in his first 27 starts. The Cubs have had their way career-wise with Chad Kuhl. 0-4 in 6 starts, something like 25 innings, 21 runs. So he owes them some good work, and did good work early part of the ball game against Arrieta last time up. Then he got away a little later on, so he went 5 1/3, giving up 3, and that was enough for Jake Arrieta, pitcher of the month in August, with a 4.1 record and an ERA of 1.21. We'll get to him later.
.80 degrees on this warm Labor Day. Trying to get through Schwarber here. Yeah, that's the one thing we talked about, Cool, just a couple minutes ago, about how the ERA has lowered quite a bit. You know, the average pitcher's an ERA of 4.5, average starting pitcher in baseball. So he's come way down, but he still needs to give you the innings. That's something that, you know, he'll run into that 6th inning maybe and can't get through it all the time.
Yeah, 27 starts. Yeah, the inning total you would hope to be higher.
Yeah, if he can give you 6, that's better than average these days. But there with the strikeout, a lot of times he'll run up the pitch count because he's been striking out a lot of guys too.
Gets Schwarber to chase something unhittable down below the strike zone, way down below. Might have bounced in front of home plate. The guess didn't work. The guess of a fastball did not work out for Mr. Schwarber.
Schwarber strikes out about 1 out of every 3 plate appearances since he got called back up, and he's been doing better since then. So Still very much a strikeout candidate. Like the base is clear for Bryant.
Yep, and nothing wrong with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball. Showing that you've got some giddy up on the heater.
Poole throws about as hard as any starter in baseball.
And that's saying something. There's a lot of hard throwers in baseball, especially when you start running those pitchers. You're talking about starters, correct?
Yeah, for starters,
yep.
yes, absolutely. Yep. And Bryant finds a way to get aboard. He's going to have extra bases here with 2 outs.
And that's part 1 of the Bryant Rizzo show that the Cubs put on every day and night. Look at that. Pitcher's pitch. And he sends it down in the right field corner.
That's pretty much where he wanted it.
You want to throw it there.
Yeah, right there.
And Bryant doesn't want it there, but he's able to adjust to it and hit it the opposite way.
Reigning most valuable player.
Now you get Mr. Rizzo up on top of home plate. Makes it difficult for a right-hand pitcher to come all the way across the strike zone to get inside if you want to get inside. And if you get inside too far, you hit him. So it's there's not much effective room to work with. Those hands are right over the inside corner. And everybody knows it. And of course, he's very much aware of the fact that he's up there in a vulnerable neighborhood of getting hit. But that's part of his deal. He wants to take that outside pitch away from you. You can see him. See the hands? They're right on that inside corner.
Gone away and then way away.
I got to think it's more comfortable for a left-hand pitcher to work with that environment that you can work away from the body. That right-hander that wants to come inside, he's got to come all the way across the strike zone.
Behind 2-0 with Bryant in second.
Gets away from the fastball to get back in the count. Yeah, he is right on top of it, and there's a good pitch delivered. Although that pitch that looked inside is out of way a little bit because it's deceptive when you look at him in relation to where he stands at home plate. Get in there again effectively and evens the count.
Now, can you throw a pitch, say, like we saw down the middle? That almost acts like it's kind of middle in, right, with him because he's so close to the plate.
Yep. Used to be guys who were up on home plate, they would do it because they give ground. And so, you know, you could stay out there. It looked like they're going to take that outside of the part, but they give ground. He doesn't give ground. And he's one of those guys that's quick with the bat inside, like a Tony Gwynn used to be, not maybe to that quality, but that kind of thing.
Choking up with 2 strikes. Easy heat from Cool at 98.
So you get him on top of the plate, and then when he chokes up a little bit like a Joey Votto, I mean, you realize why he's such a tough customer.
Over his last 20 games, hitting over 400. And Cool comes back to strike him out.
Yep. Got him with something off speed. Well done.
Was behind him, and Cool with a couple of strikeouts in a scoreless first. first inning for Chad Kuhl. Couple of strikeouts. And now the Pirates come to bat. The RAV4 lineup with Starling Marte atop the order. Max Moroff bats second in front of Andrew McCutchen. Bell cleans up. Freese and Luplow 5 and 6. Sean Rodriguez the shortstop today, and then the battery of Diaz and Kuhl.
Be working against Jake Arrieta, making start number 28. He is 14-8 on the year with a 3.36 ERA. Great career numbers against the Pirates. This will be career start number 20. He's 10-5 in the first 19. So yeah, he comes across his body throwing across, but he also raises that leg up. So trying to pick him up and trying to figure out how early you can pick up spin and everything. So he's tough to pick up from that angle. And watch that that left leg, that front leg comes up. He's hiding the ball behind that a little bit. And we're ready to go.
Starling Marte. There are a number of Pirates that will be facing Arrieta either for the first time or have not faced him very much at all. So I'm curious to see if they do pick him up that first time that they see him. Marte's seen him plenty. Sees him good right there with a leadoff single. Good start for the Buccos. What do they got to do the rest of the day? Are Rivers Casino tips to Winston?
Well, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We are going to make Jake labor.
Oh, yeah.
Make him work hard for whatever he gets. And we want Kuhl to have a better day against the Cubbies. They've been tough on him. So Labor Day provides you with your tips to win. And so far, so good. Good inning, half inning for Chad Kuhl, and a leadoff base hit by Starling Marte.
And with that speed, he can turn that into 2.
And with a guy like Arrieta, with the premier pitchers, you think about running a little bit more to better your chances of getting somebody around. Also, take advantage of however many opportunities you get. Might only get 2, but cash them in with good pitching. You can make it work.
Marte running and is going to steal easily. So just like that, a man in scoring position for the Pirates and nobody out.
And I don't know what the numbers are for Arrieta against base stealers, but I would think that he can't be terribly quick to home plate, and that's a massive jump. That's almost like indifference, defensive indifference.
Alex Avila doing the catching today.
So right away you get an opportunity. Pull the ball, get him over to third base, take your chances, even if you just get one. You've made a little statement against this real good right-hander. And as always against the good ones, try to get him early, because pitchers like Arrieta get settled in and they're very tough to get anything off of them.
18th steal off Arrieta this year. That's among the leaders.
We might see the running game pressed a little bit today.
If you get men aboard, right? I mean,
yeah, yeah, you got to get them on first.
You know, the Pirates had hit him pretty well until that last start last week.
31-year-old right-hander. Seems like he's been around longer than that. The Cubs got him from Baltimore. We all know about that story a few years ago.
Foul tip by Moroff.
What did Jake top out at? Maybe 94, 95. So he's got plenty of speed, deception, good breaking ball, and his control numbers are good. So a lot of things going for him.
You see that last time against the Pirates, more like the Arrieta that wins the Cy Young.
Yeah,
previous 6 starts, you couldn't beat him.
Yep. He pitches on a lot of days where the other team doesn't score much.
That's the old Bob Gibson line, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Very mediocre first half for Arrieta, who was kind of closed last season, not so good either. The command started leaving him. His ERA was 4.67 through June, but he's been the best in baseball since July came around in terms of ERA. There's Chris Bosio back with the Cubs after losing his father.
And still 18 wins last year. So
strikeout Max Moroff. So unable to move Marte to third. And the Cubs defense today, Mike Freeman making just his 5th major league start with the injury to Baez. Schwarber, Jay, and Hayward in the outfield. Bryant alongside Freeman. Zobrist and Rizzo on the right side with Alex Avila. It is his first month plus as a Cub.
Yeah, and he'll have, excuse me, Joe, he'll have to be on his feet because Arrieta has thrown 14 wild pitches. That's got to be among the leaders.
Tied for the most in the league.
That was a good save by Avila during that at bat to Moroff.
Now McCutchen. Got a man in scoring position with 1 out. 3:24 when runners are at second and or third.
And 93 miles an hour. But didn't I see the Cubs got beat 5-1 yesterday? I think they came into town after that.
Well, that snapped their 6-game winning streak.
They've been rolling since the break. They're looking like the Cubs of 2016.
They've won 2 out of every 3 games since the All-Star break. And what that means, you know, no matter where the Pirates were at that time, you know, the Pirates had gotten within 2 games, 3 games at first. The way that the Cubs have kept winning, the Pirates would have to play some extraordinary baseball if they were going to catch up to the Cubs here throughout August. And to Zobrist, that moves up the runner, but now there are 2 away.
Yep. Ball hit hard, but the defensive alignment was perfect for the Cubs. Andrew got a lot of that ball, but right at the second baseman.
Yeah, the Cubs, they're winning a lot of games. They're really only 1 game behind what the Dodgers are doing, or right about what the Dodgers are doing, but they're scoring more runs than any team since the All-Star break. They're hitting home runs. They're pitching pretty decently again, too. So things that they were so at before the All-Star break, they've turned it back on to kind of be the Cubs that probably most people thought that they would be. Trying to get a 2-out hit from Josh Bell. He's tied for the team lead in driving in runs with 2 outs.
And the Pirates are running out a lot of young players against Arrieta, the veteran, and of course that helps a veteran. But we'll see. Some of our young players have been doing quite well. See what they can do against a real good pitcher.
Bell out to right. Wind carrying. Hayward looking up, and there it goes. Josh Bell with a 2-run homer. Pirates lead 2-0.
Yeah, the kid's been doing fine.
Well, Bell with his 24th home run. His 2nd of his career against Arrieta. That was a very high hit ball.
Does that put him out in front of rookie switch hitters, or that takes him out in front of Chipper Jones in that group? No.
For the National League.
Yep. National League.
Most ever by a National League switch hitting rookie. Yeah, 3 shy of the overall record. Look how high that was.
Majestic. Enough carry. Pirates jump out in front 2-0. That's number 19 given up by Jake.
Always bring your glove. Nicely done.
Good looking baseball, good looking glove, good looking home run.
And Freese shoots it through the right side.
Well, that's just what David Freese does.
So already with more hits against Arrieta than they had the last time around. 3.
That's center cut on the WB Mason strike zone, and David Freese waits well, extends at bats, and hits a lot of shots to right and right center field. The David Freese neighborhood. Now, as much as Jake struggles with base stealers, you won't see David Freese trying to steal.
Jordan Luplow, who is tied with Bell for the most home runs in the organization this year. Of course, 23 in the minors for Luplow. All 24 of Bell's in the big leagues.
Well, he showed us the power the other night that he has. Home run to left center. Not down the line, not tucked inside the foul pole, but not too far away from the 410 sign for Jordan's first major league home run.
And Bell with 24. Getting closer to the Pirates' all-time rookie record as well. Jason Bay with 26. I think he went. No. All right, a reprieve from Dana DeMuth. Well, Luplow's earned it. He's been in the big leagues for a while now.
Yeah, veterans get that call. And it was a legitimate call.
That swings the count in his favor. Already 20 pitches here in the first inning from Arrieta. 2-run home run by Josh Bell.
Oh.
3-1 on Luplow. Got the count full, and back on Saturday, garnering his first big league home run.
Yeah, that's a legitimate part of the ballpark right there. He went down and got it. That pitch wasn't all that bad from a pitcher standpoint.
Hit it off Wandy Peralta. Out toward the notch. Arrieta doesn't get the call, and Luplow will draw the walk.
Make Jake labor. Tips to win.
He got the check swing call, and he gets that one as well. Borderline. And Avila trying to talk things over with Arrieta, and Chris Bosio will come out. Good to see him back with the club after his dad Lou passed away. Did not see him in the previous series. And for Arrieta, you know, he has struggled at this ballpark too. I mean, the last 3 starts here, the Pirates have beaten him, and beaten him rather soundly.
Kind of interesting. You look at Jake Arrieta, it looks like he's about maybe 38, 37, 38, been around 10, 12 years, just 31 years old. Out of Farmington, Missouri, but certainly made a big impact on this Cubs team coming over from the Orioles.
Sean Rodriguez will come up with 2 men aboard after the 2-out home run by Bell, plating a pair.
Now you're forcing Jake to work an extended pitch count here. This will be pitch number 25.
Well, they have made him labor indeed. Bell with that home run, putting the Pirates on the board. On this fairly warm late afternoon. Arrieta with the best ERA in baseball since the calendar turned to July, so more than 2 months. Pirates played a pair in the first, looking for more. Both a blessing and a curse for Arrieta. He seemed to get a lot of that movement on the fastball today, but sometimes it's moved off the plate, and the Pirates hitters have been able to take it. That's a tough pitch. Looks like it's going to hit you in the hip. Well, Josh Bell gets the Pirates on the scoreboard first. His 24th home run. And the Pirates own a 2-0 advantage.
TNT Sportsnet is brought to you by Allegheny Health Network, the largest health system rated #1 in the region for all the things that matter most. And by Kenny Ross Subaru, total confidence pricing. Let's go Bucks!
Josh Bell's home run has given Chad Kuhl and the Pirates a 2-0 lead here on this Labor Day. The Cubs fans making their way here into enemy territory.
Thanks to Josh Bell. And there's your 2 runs, Chad. Go get them.
Well, through an inning, Arrieta looked a little wobbly. 27 pitches. See if that continues, or if, like a lot of pitchers, right? You get to them in the first, and then they kind of settle in.
Yep. What you want in this kind of game, you don't want to help them. You don't want to give free passes, and you don't want to swing at bad pitches. You know, you've got to have a nice, tight, neat ball game.
Borderline 2-0 pitch goes against Kuhl.
Make them earn everything they get with the pitches they throw and the at-bats. Make them earn it.
Zobrist with the 3 men on the right side hits it to the left side. Leadoff man aboard for Chicago. Josh Bell with that home run. Some Point Park tweets on the lowdown. Trying to ring in the holiday, right?
Speaking of that, Joe, by the way, happy Labor Day to you and your family.
Thank you very much. You as well. Bell trying to get on the Cub killer list. Yeah, well, 7 for 14 with 2 home runs against Arrieta lifetime. Certainly an Arrieta killer. These are Cubs fans that starting to dislike Bell. That's great. You want to be disliked by the enemy fans, right?
They're not your friends.
Alex Avila. And his time with Detroit and the Cubs.
Yeah, domestic traveling, you don't want to have many friends.
Yeah.
Your home folks are your friends in the baseball sense.
Kuhl has fallen behind the first 2 men here.
Yeah, and you get back into the count, but you wound up having a 3-1 count to Zobrist. That's a hitter's count.
Arrieta hoping for a chance to bat this inning. He would be due up 5th. Cole trying to make it a little tighter than that. He's gone 3-0 on the first 2 hitters. I think that's the the next step when Cole begins his 3rd year in the Pirates rotation next year. You kind of think, all right, what can he do better? Well, I think the first part is, even when he does get guys, a lot of times he's got 2-ball counts or 3-ball counts on guys. He's striking out guys or whatever, and so that pitch count runs up, and he's out of ball games a lot of times early in the 6th, maybe even through 5.
Yeah, and it's never good because you're showing them everything you got. You're not putting any pressure on the hitters.
And Joe Maddon, the Cubs manager, was saying after his last start that Cole is paraphrase here. He's got a really good arm, but he's pitching now, and that's the scary part. When I first saw him, I thought he was more throwing the baseball. Now he's pitching. Give him credit. He's going to be a good starter for them. That's the Cubs manager, Joe Maddon, talking about Cole. And so what we're seeing is some good stuff, but it's, again, still a diamond in the rough.
Everybody wants to be consistent. And, that's the foundation. And it's an easy word to say. It's not always easy to accomplish. Pitching behind in the count is not a great lifestyle.
Especially to this club. Last 5 weeks since the calendar turned to August, Cubs averaging 6.5 runs a game.
Here comes Ray. Ray wants to talk to his pitcher.
Been 3-0 on the first 2 hitters. Now 2-0 on Hayward. After being granted a 2-run advantage. And Hayward has had good career numbers too against Cole. So
yeah, and he's a veteran hitter. He's been around a while. He knows that Cole is struggling to get the strikes in the zone here in the top of the 2nd. And guys like this that have been around, he's just going to be sitting on something right now. 2-0 count. That he can just look for a particular pitch in a particular area and see if he can get a big swing. There's no downside to that, other than the fact that if he hits a ground ball at somebody. No downside if he swings and misses. He's still ahead in the count, 2-1.
And Cole this inning, 9 of the 11 pitches have been wide. 1 was put in play.
What you don't want to do now is aim it, just to throw a strike for the sake of throwing a strike.
Some of the strikes he's missed have just missed, but some have been farther away from the zone, non-competitive pitches.
Yeah, that was a decent location because it was a strike. It wasn't right down the middle on the outside part of the plate.
Two on, nobody out. Hayward out to left. Marte almost to lure the base runner straying from the bag, right?
Boy, that good fortune for Chad Kuhl because he was right on that pitch. 2-1 count, hit a line drive, hit it right on the button, but he hit it well enough that it did carry out to Marte. And he's on that ball and starting coming in, staying with it, and ready to unload if the opportunity presents itself.
Look at our Allegheny Health Network Supermo. He kind of almost, in my opinion, slow played it to see if the runners would move a little bit. He knew he could make that catch.
That's dangerous business, though. If that ball starts sinking a lot more, then we could still be chasing it. A big out for Chad right there, that line drive to stop things here in the top of the 2nd. Slow him down.
And there's usually not many soft spots in the Cubs order, but with Baez hurt and Addison Russell on the DL, their next shortstop is Mike Freeman, who's played very little shortstop. But it's either he or Ben Zobrist right now. And Freeman ends up coming through with a base hit. Zobrist is going to be out. Marte throws him out at home.
All the things that you could want to happen after the first 2 runners reach base positively for the Pirates have happened. The line drive gets caught, and Marte guns out another runner at home plate, and it looked like Zobrist was carrying a safe on his back. That ball's just blooped in, and the throw is right on the money. And the great thing about that throw, you don't have to deal with a short hop. That was all the way in. He's waiting, he's looking again, and this was not close. Well done.
Marte throwing out the 36-year-old Zobrist. And Diaz applying the good tag. That broke up an 0 for 33 streak for Freeman over parts of this season with 2 teams. Showing you how unusual it was for him to get a hit. Thinking he might have had an RBI.
That's it. You know, guys throwing runners out at home plate from the outfield, it's just fun to watch. It's a great play to just follow all the way through.
And stop.
Good things happening for Chad Kuhl right here in the top of the second.
Sometimes you get help when you're not having a good inning. And right there from Diaz, Marte's helped him out.
Can't even give the goalie a save. That was wide of the net.
Now, Arrieta's no slouch at the plate. He's hit 5 career home runs. .177's not bad for a pitcher either. But Kuhl dispatches of him.
Well done.
And even though it was a bumpy inning, he puts up a goose egg thanks to some help from his friends. For the second out in that Cubs top of the second. Chad Kuhl very appreciative of getting some help from his defense. Thank you, Starling. Even though Starling Marte has missed a lot of time, still come through with that big out. Hey, your Giant Eagle Advantage card can help you save on Pirates tickets this season. Use it to save up to $10 per ticket on the outfield box for Sunday through Thursday home games. Go to pirates.com/advantage card for your tickets. And of course, time running out. Come on to the ballpark, so use it soon.
Yeah, one more homestand after Pirates and Cubs depart after Thursday's game.
Elias Diaz will lead it off. Diaz getting another start. Glenn Hurdle talking about it today to try to get him in there more to evaluate him, as Diaz, one would imagine, would probably factor into the roster perhaps somewhat significantly next year, depending on the outcome of what Chris Stewart, who is unsigned at the moment for next season. Third strikeout for Arrieta.
Steps across toward third, gives you the slider right on the outside corner. Your right-hand batter, your first instinct is that I've got to give a little ground with him coming from that angle. Then he goes all the way across the strike zone with a breaking ball. That's tough. Trying to massage that outside corner once again. Missing that time. 88 career wins for Jake Arrieta, who struggled early on with Baltimore. Another pitch in for a strike. Very average, workmanlike numbers for the Orioles, and coming over the Cubs and just getting it all figured out.
Now the command was very poor with Baltimore, and how many young pitchers do we see? They got a good arm, or they got some deception, or in Arrieta's case both, but they can't throw strikes, or they can't throw strikes where they want to throw strikes. And then that started to develop with the Cubs.
He almost turns his back to you a little bit when he makes that first move, kind of down toward third base with that lead foot. Probably not the easiest guy to pick up. There's a great look at his delivery. It's going to go to your left and come back to your right.
Hard hit right to Freeman. Covers. That'll be interesting to see if it is a factor today at all with Freeman at shortstop. He's never really been a regular shortstop since A-ball 5 years ago.
Here you see the step over toward third. Arm coming back around.
Freeman
Ball well hit by Chad Kuhl.
And El Marte, I got to imagine, as a righty batter against Arrieta, that looks like it's coming and hitting you.
Yeah, you got that nervous front foot as a hitter.
Marte registering a base hit to start the first inning. Came around to score ahead of the Josh Bell 2-run home run. So he scored a run and helped prevent a run. Throwing out Zobrist. Zobrist thrown out by a good bit, thanks to a strong throw.
Well, among other things for Jake Arrieta and his success with the Cubs, does a good job of keeping the ball in the ballpark. We got to him today.
He's been one of the better pitchers at limiting home runs, especially since he's come on.
Yeah, not the easiest ballpark, his home ballpark, to keep it in the yard.
Marte trying to keep the inning going. Warm and sunny. Beautiful Labor Day. Thanks for spending it with us. There's his 40th pitch. Right to Freeman. Arrieta sends down the side in order in the second, but Pirates leading them 2-0.
Where it's 2-0 good guys as we head to the top of the third inning. And speaking of good guys, Josh Harrison unfortunately will end the season on the disabled list after being hit by a pitch for the 23rd time this season, that happening on Saturday. And yeah, if that number seems high, it is, and it should make you scratch your head.
Pitches that I couldn't get to the previous couple of years, I was able to been healthy this year, and maybe they took notice of that. And I mean, no different than what I felt in 14, 13, whatever it was. You start to prove you can hit something, they want to go even more in, and I mean, unfortunately, it got me. But I mean, go from 7 to 23, I think that's pretty bizarre.
Yeah, guys, it is unfortunate that they got him, if you will, at number 23, and hopefully he has an answer for the rest of baseball when he returns to action in the spring training and, of course, to start 2018.
Yeah, it's kind of a funny, maybe a little bit of a risky game, getting up on the plate and you know, maybe using it almost in a way to get onto first base. But sometimes you can pay the price, especially around the wrist and hands. A lot of bones, not a lot of padding. So you can pay the price.
Very strange to see Harrison get hit in the legs so often this year, too. I mean, almost half the time, probably. Hit in the legs. I mean,
yeah,
very strange. But, you know, last year suffered that groin injury on September 10th and did not play the rest of the season. He had that hot September. He was just starting to, his thumb was starting to get healthy, he said. He's really starting to swing the bat with power as he did this year, last September, and then was hurt for the final 3 weeks of the year. And this year will miss most of September as well. Leadoff man gone. And Chad Kuhl the first out. Let's take a look at our Allegheny Health Network injury update and bullpen man, reliever George Contos, throwing a bullpen session and everything going well yesterday. He'll take the next 2 days off, and we may see him back on Wednesday. He's had a groin strain that has bothered him and lingered a little bit more than he thought. Never had that kind of an injury before, so at this point, making sure that that is perfectly healthy before he returns to action. Slowest curve we've seen from Kuhl, maybe yet, 79. Looked like he slowed his arm a bit on that one, though, kind of telling it. Nothing slow about that. Good spot.
Yeah, you got to try to keep everything intact when you throw the changeup and not give it away, not over wind up. A.J. Schugel, so impressive with the way he keeps the same mechanics, the same look for the changeup as he has in his windup and mechanics as he uses on a fastball. He's just going to have so much confidence in that pitch.
Schugel with the best opposing batting average against the changeup in baseball the last 2 seasons. Now we know why. And Schwarber could not hold up.
Gets him again.
Kuhl with his 4th strikeout.
2 of them against Kyle Schwarber. The first one up and away, looked like something off the fastball, and this time got him to chase a terrible pitch from his standpoint, and a beauty for Chad Kuhl.
Good look on our Allegheny Health Network Supremo. It's really amazing that Chad Kuhl started toying with the curveball in the middle of the season and then brought it out, and between his velocity, you know, now throwing the 4-seam fastball in the upper 90s and throwing that curveball, which he didn't have to begin the season. I mean, he's really a completely different pitcher.
Well, it's a wonderful separation of speed for a hitter to deal with. 97 down to whatever it is on the curveball is just terrific.
Bryant into the air, and Luplow can't get it. It's off his glove, and Bryant will end up at second again.
Long trip for Jordan Luplow over toward the right field line.
Second double for Bryant.
And many times this ball will stay over there on the foul side, but the breeze blowing out just kind of kept it in fair territory. That's a right-handed batter that fouls a ball down that usually they keep slicing in foul territory or over into the stands, but there's a breeze pushing it to keep it fair, and wound up just being inside the chalk in a long trip by the Pirate right fielder. And there's Bryant at second base again.
So instead of guaranteeing Bryant batting with nobody on, and Rizzo batting with nobody on. For the second time, Bryant gets aboard. Rizzo struck out against Cool last time after falling behind 2-0 on him.
A little tardy on that 98-mile-an-hour fastball right there.
And Bryant, of course, the reigning MVP, very tough to get out. But this year against the Pirates, he's getting on base at a .563 clip. It means he's getting on base way more than half the time. It's harder to get him out than it is for him to reach base. 2 doubles today.
In on the hands, sawed him off. Great location for that pitch.
Like you were saying, Steve, that's hard to do.
Yep.
Cool executed his pitch, stranded a man in scoring position. Our UPMC scoreboard, and both times with the man in scoring position, Cool gets Rizzo, this time with a beauty.
Wow, right in on the handle of the bat. All he could do was kind of fight it off. Maybe think he could push it the opposite way, but he got overmatched on that pitch. And that's like breaking scar tissue for a right-hand pitcher to get in there, and Chad Cool was not afraid to do it. Made a terrific pitch. Absolutely terrific pitch.
Rizzo's no easy batter to retire, but
he gone.
And so now the Pirates come to bat, trying to add to this lead.
With special thanks to Hawk Harrelson. He gone.
Chicago feel.
Yep. The Hawk.
You ever pitch against him? I was trying to think, was he in the American League the whole time?
Yeah, I think most of the time he's in the American League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe spring training game or something.
Great announcer, great golfer, really great baseball guy. An icon in Chicago.
Oh, yeah.
The Hawk.
More off. Oh. Some more of that, please. That clears everything. He hit it out of the ballpark. Max Moroff with home run number 3. Good things come in small packages, huh?
That was gone off the bat. Off the bat. That was.
He's hit one in the river.
That was fun to watch.
He's hit one out of the ballpark on the fly, and he hit one off the pole.
Yeah, the kids are doing just fine.
Now McCutchen. 2 home runs today off Arrieta. Where was he? Upstairs and right down the middle.
Right down Grant Street, and he just launched it.
When Moroff first came up, he had 13 homers down at AAA, which was leading the league at that time. And then we saw him come up, and he struggled to adjust to big league hitting. But since that time, he's gotten comfortable, and he's got some power. He's 5'10", not particularly big build or anything, and he just unloads.
The height was so impressive. That if it hits anywhere else, it bounces into the river, and then the chase is on.
Now let's see that Cubs fan try to throw it back. That was a good strategy by Moroff to hit it all the way out of the park so they couldn't throw it back. No, that's nice. That was really
class.
nice.
That's class right there. That's the way things should work. You have an awareness of a kid, what it means to a kid. Yeah, you like to have it, but what it means to a kid, nothing better.
That was a really nice gesture. So now McCutchen trying to get in on what's going on here against Arrieta. 3-0 Pirates.
Andrew just trying to get it figured out again.
Yeah, he's had some command issues today. Hasn't walked anybody, but he's had some pitches out, not where he's wanted them, out near the plate. Now earlier he gave up a home run to Josh Bell back in the first inning. Not where he wanted to throw that either.
Just more confidence day after day for Josh Bell.
24 homers, 80 RBIs now in his rookie season.
And the Bellinger, the young man from LA, has 82, I think. So Josh is right there with him.
Been very good. Yeah, most home runs, rookie switch hitter in the National League. And grabbing the arm of Arrieta.
No, hamstring.
Uh-oh.
Trying to stretch it out.
Right hamstring, it looks like.
Cramp. Watching some football last night. Seen the football players get cramped up this time of year when the heat is still around.
That's pretty warm today. It's in the 80s.
Yep. The cramp is one thing, hamstring is another.
Just trying to work that out a little bit to see if it's, like you said, a cramp, or is it something more serious?
Yeah, and they're looking beyond, obviously beyond these next 3 or 4 weeks. They're looking to postseason. So if there's any question, at all, they'll try to nurse him into good health for postseason play.
And the difference between, say, boy,
that's it.
Boy.
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh no.
For the time being, he tried it, and it's more than a cramp. Or if it's a cramp, it's a pretty severe cramp. So they'll get him out of there.
Well, the difference between, say, the Dodgers and the Cubs lead at the moment just 4 games over Milwaukee. They have not cinched anything up to even make the postseason. And so this is a crushing blow if Arrieta misses any significant time. What happened here? That right leg.
As it grabbed, yeah.
Now he's going to throw a practice pitch after trying to work it out. That's when we knew when wasn't going to work.
No. We don't want to fool around with that anymore.
No. So the Cubs will have to make a pitching change here, and maybe a commentary on the outlook of the Cubs starter. Justin Grimm comes in. We wish the best to Jake Arrieta. Hopefully it's a minor concern for him. Pirates have the lead, 3-0 here in the third.
Telecast is presented by the authority of the Pittsburgh Pirates and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, the Cubs trailing here 3-0 to the Pirates, losing their starting pitcher as Justin Grimm will be coming in for Jake Arrieta, who leaves the game with an apparent injury. And while he warms up, we'll go back to our studios, check in with Rob King. He's got a game break. Thank you, Rob. And here it is 3-0 on a couple of home runs by the kids, Bell and Moroff. But a look at T-Mobile's unlimited baseball break. David Wright, undergoing season-ending shoulder surgery for the Cubs, for the Mets, I should say, has not even played this season. The Reds are going to bring back manager Brian Price next season, as well as their coaching staff, and the ex-Pirate Mark Melanson, undergoing surgery to alleviate chronic exertional compartment syndrome. And he has not pitched in some time with the Giants, the first year of a lucrative multi-year deal, so he'll miss some time for San Francisco.
Wish him well, even though I have no idea what that all meant. He's got some compartment problems.
So Chad Kuhl has seen his opposition leave the game because of an apparent injury.
Grimm has bounced back and forth between the Cubs and the minor leagues. This is his fourth stint with the Cubbies. A little time on the DL.
He'll assume the 1-0 count to Bell.
He's had a good bit of action up and down.
And the result of this at bat will go on Grimm's line. So Arrieta's line is complete. 2 1/3, 3 runs. Gave up 2 home runs in a start for the first time since May.
A walk, 4 strikeouts.
Bell sitting on 24 homers now. And we're looking at our Barrel Automotive League leaders, and Bell now holds the rookie switch hitter record all time in baseball in the National League. More home runs than any other rookie switch hitter. 3 away from the overall record, and he's 2 for 2 today.
Sharply hit enough out of the reach of Ben Zobrist. Grimm, by the way, 40 appearances, has given up 11 home runs. That's a high number. Ball down and in, and Josh just hits it hard enough to get out of the reach of Ben. Hit that ball in the David Freese neighborhood.
That's where he shot.
Only he pulls it.
Yeah.
David pushes. Pull and push.
Yeah, Freese grounded went through right about the same spot last time around. David Freese special hitting it to right field.
Plenty of speed for Grimm at 94 miles an hour.
Out of the University of Georgia.
I believe they're going to be working against Tennessee tonight. Georgia,
is that right?
Tennessee.
In football?
College football.
I've yet to turn my sights. I'd almost forgotten until the weather turned, and I go, oh, wait a minute. That reminded me of that, but back to summer weather again here today.
Yeah, we had a little preview on Friday night. Since then, it's been okay.
Temperatures in the 80s here. Sunshiny and
still a hitter's helper's win to center field. Pretty much all fields.
Right, so that you would think that would help a right-handed batter pull the ball for a home run. And well, of course, we've seen 2 lefty batters hit the ball out to right today. So,
and a left-hand hitter with power could get helped hitting the opposite field. Here in the year of the home run, anything can happen.
Yes, especially as we just saw Billy Hamilton hitting a game-winning home run. A light-hitting red speedster. Yeah, prevailing wind out there, left and left center. Pretty steady on this Labor Day.
44 walks. For Grimm in his 24 walks in his 40 innings.
That's still a high number. He's had some good seasons with the Cubs. On and off since coming over from the Rangers.
Yeah, he's averaging over a strikeout an inning with that good fastball. With some home run issues and a bit of a challenge in terms of control. 24 walks, 47 innings.
Bell is running on the pitch.
And he'll run on the next one. Oh, no, I'm sorry, just one out. Okay. Don't listen. Don't listen to him.
I'm going to be trying to stay out of the double play.
Yeah, why not, huh?
Well, like you said, you know, try to be, even though Arrieta's out of the game, but try to be aggressive.
Sure, you got yourself a little breathing room. Just push it a little bit, perhaps.
Hot leading. Got back in time.
Very, very modest lead.
But that's ball 4. And that's why you run on 3-2, right? Every now and then with a guy that, you know, not a big base stealer.
Yep, put it in motion.
Freese can put it in play, or
let's see what's there's an issue here.
That's a ball.
Yep.
It's called a ball.
Avila was talking to home plate umpire.
Chris Guccione working back there today. There's Chris. Chris Bosio, the Cubs pitching coach, made his way out to maybe have a quick comment. How could you call that ball a ball?
Just a passing remark.
Close pitch.
You got to believe David Freese, who extends those at bats, has a good batter's eye. He works hard at making the pitcher work hard, does David.
Freese hasn't driven the ball with regularity and authority as much this year, but he's always able to do that. And you know, he'll rack up some singles. He'll rack up a lot of walks. His on-base percentage, really amongst Pirates regulars, it's the best. So there's a lot of value, and still hits lefties very, very well. And now Luplow, who worked a walk on what probably should have been strike 3. At the borderline call in his favor.
Both Pirate runners able to get substantial leads.
And that's going to roll foul. That was interesting from Bryant there.
I guess he was convinced it was going to be foul, because if he had guessed wrong, it would have been somewhat embarrassing. Lets the ball go past.
Turns out, in retrospect, it doesn't really have a lot of spin on it, but what if that had spun back down the line there? Okay, I can see wanting it to go foul. He had a tough play on Luplow, but then just pick it up right there.
Well, at that
just
point,
to make sure.
Yeah, he's either thinking that, or maybe you don't want to get the glove near it if you're guessing wrong, to bounce it back into play.
Oh yeah. And once it already took that turn, pretty safe bet. Luplow ticking it. Luplow hit over 300 and hit 23 home runs between Altoona and AAA Indy. Sean Rodriguez in the on-deck circle. Avila snaring that.
Yeah, slick little move, doing a 360.
Well, Grimm coming on in relief of Jake Arrieta, who left with an apparent injury. Looked like something in the right leg, perhaps a hamstring. We're just guessing on that. We'll give you the official word when we get it.
It'd be right leg discomfort, that's what I'm guessing.
And the breaking pitch striking out Luplow for the second out of the inning. First man that Grimm is retired. So 2 on, but 2 out. A run in on the Moroff home run that cleared the seats in right. There's Moroff. Rookies providing the offense today.
Another good save, another peppermint twist by Avila.
On the ball, a trajectory of a candy cane.
You got that top of the shin guard, all metal. You can do a pretty good twist on that. What you call getting buckled with a breaking ball. Maybe a little bit inside, coming in to pick up the inside corner.
Popped him up. And a triumvirate. Cubs asking for it. It will be Rizzo. Get the final out, but the Pirates add to their lead. Leadoff home run. The ballpark couldn't contain it. Max Moroff with home run number 3. Pirates up 3-0.
It's time for the Toyota all-wheel drive RAV4th inning. Toyota, what drives you?
4th inning coming up, and the Pirates home runs by Bell and Moroff, the rookies, providing the offense. 3-0. Moroff clearing PNC Park with his blast. Grove City here today. Marching band doing the anthem. Beautiful rendition today too.
Well represented. Up Route 79. And now Chad Kuhl gets to go out there and pitch again after what would you say, 25 minutes, Joe?
Yeah, between the delay with Arrieta leaving because of injury and the Pirates garnering some base runners.
Yeah, the thing is, you don't mind waiting in the dugout as long as you're going to score a bunch of runs, but he's in there a long time getting 1 run.
Yeah, just the lead off, and it was scored right away too. So,
and the thing is now, the kind of inning he have, if he struggles, everybody will say it's because of the delay. If he gets him out, well, that'll be a subject that goes away. I don't think it's a huge factor, and if he has a struggling inning, I don't subscribe to the theory they automatically blame it on the delay. So,
yeah, we've seen Kuhl pitch in some adverse circumstances. He's come back out after over an hour rain delay before.
Yeah, that's an hour and some.
He's pitched at Wrigley on about 10 minutes notice right before the All-Star break. Hey, you got to go out there and pitch today on 2 days rest. Go give us 3 innings. So for a young pitcher especially, probably more than his share of those sorts of situations.
It's like a taxi driver. When the phone rings, you go get somebody. Yeah. you go to work. It doesn't ring for a while, you wait for it to ring. He's heard it ring, so he's out there.
Made that start in place of Tyone that day, and he'll strike out Zobrist.
Number 5. Moving right along for it, Chad. Zobrist is looking for something else.
We were talking about earlier about that curveball, how it gives such a great separation in velocity between that 4-seamer. He didn't have that when the season started. I mean, he's throwing that, the
hard cutter and
yeah, 90, what, 94, 95, and then he slider at 88, 90. I mean, there's not a lot of difference there.
Well, one of the real theories of pitching is changing speeds, throwing strikes, changing speeds, working fast. The old Ray Miller theory. Had it printed on the T-shirts. That's not a bad trio.
Well, it's an age-old adage because it makes sense and it has worked forever.
Yeah.
And it still looks cool on a T-shirt.
It does.
Avila walked back to the second.
There, we're going to go upstairs a little. mustard. One of my favorite things on a t-shirt is a guy that says, "Give me all the bacon." Give me all the bacon you have.
Little upstairs cheese whiz right there. Can never tell the difference. And another strikeout for Cool.
Yeah, the delay has really hurt him. Avila just can't help himself. Can't pull up looking for the fastball. And once you start to swing in a direction and you don't get it right in that groove, it can look kind of awkward like that.
And Cool's made it look fairly easy. Bouncing that ball, you know, right past the plate. That's kind of hard to refine that, right? To get it to bounce kind of where you want it to, right? When you go for a chase like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. This is a fairly recent thing of throwing curveballs deliberately in the dirt. But you're not going to stop throwing curveballs in the dirt until they stop swinging at them.
And it looks like, yeah, I can't wait
to guess. They're guessing fastball. The bat is started. They can't do anything. They're cooked. So you can throw the worst looking curveball, whether it's deliberate or not, and they're not going to do anything with it.
Rob Zastrinsny. Yeah, we'll work on that.
Bobby Z.
Yes. Zastrinsny.
Good looking curveball there.
We probably should practice that before we went out today.
And now
unique.
Elias Diaz is going to start leaning a little bit on the curveball because it looks like he's kind of grooving with it. He's doing what he wants with it. Yeah, thank you very much.
Cool strikes out the side.
Give him another 25 minutes.
Here in the 4th inning on this Labor Day, and we're thinking of those affected by the devastation caused by Hurricane Harvey, and you can donate if you have the means. Go to youcaring.com/Pirates Charities. Pirates Charities is going to match the first $25,000 donated through the website, and every donation helps. So show your support. Go to youcaring.com/Pirates Charities. Here are the Pirates facing Justin Grimm for a 2nd inning. He came on in relief of Jake Arrieta, who departed with an apparent injury. Looked like something in the right leg, perhaps a hamstring. That's guessing. But regardless, the Cubs, you know, we would detail that Arrieta has really over the last couple of months have been arguably the best pitcher in baseball, certainly one of them, returning to that Cy Young type form. And you know, if it's just today or even if it's more than one start, that's going to hurt the Cubs. Yeah, their hopes to win the division and go beyond. They have been dealing with injuries throughout the year, especially to that starting rotation that was galvanized last year.
There's life on the river on a holiday afternoon. Looks like a lot of fun.
Hope you're enjoying your Labor Day. We certainly are here at the ball yard. Glad to bring you some Bucco baseball here on Labor Day. Chad Kuhl, hard roller to short his first time. He's getting a little bit better with the bat now.
He got 3 hits. Make contact and hope for the best. Oh, there's a breaking ball. Vulnerable. That's the ball Chad knows he can drive out of the ballpark. Just couldn't pull the trigger.
His batting helmet looks like he's been around a while. Very experienced. However, Grimm strikes him out. So 2 up and 2 down. Our Nissan Road Ahead shows that it'll be Stephen Brault making his first start for the Pirates this season. It will oppose Kyle Hendricks, then Cole and Quintana. Jameson Tyone in the series finale against John Lester. All the action coming for you at 6:30 right here on AT&T Sportsnet. There's Stephen Brault. He will be the 7th different starter for the Pirates this season. They've only used 6 all year. But they're going to get a look at Brault and maybe even Tyler Glasnow again before the year is all said and done.
They certainly have a lot to look for in the guys that were in Indianapolis most of the year, because they had a rotation that was some kind of impressive.
And we will wish Glasnow and the Indianapolis, as well as the Altoona Curve, the top 2 Pirates affiliates, good luck in their postseasons, which begin this week. Indy will travel to Durham to take on the Bulls. Crash Davis and company.
Crash Davis.
He's still playing? No.
Great movie. I played in that league back in 1962, and I never did see Susan Sarandon. I never did see her at the ballpark.
Talking about Bull Durham?
Yeah.
If you're a baseball fan and you like baseball movies, if you haven't seen it, that's one to watch. 1-2-3 inning for Grimm. Through 4, 3-0 Pirates. Pirates feeling pretty indestructible so far. A good look on our Allegheny Health Network Super Mode today. 3-0 Pirates here on AT&T Sportsnet. We begin the 5th. Just a gorgeous day to be outside, especially thinking about summer days coming to an end soon. Mike Freeman trying to bunt his way on.
Nice time of the year. Nice time of the year.
Late summer, early fall in Pittsburgh doesn't get better.
So we look at call-ups. We look at various guys in the organization that come up and spend some time. Gotten to know Justin Message, my pitching coordinator. It's a name to kind of remember. I think whether it's in Pittsburgh or somewhere, I think he has a very strong future. Justin, I've spent some time with him, both in spring training and down at the fantasy camps. He's a talented young man. I think he has a good future.
Fighting the sun. Marte barely able to get that one, but to get the out. Yeah, the Pirates inviting a lot of the coaches, right?
Yep.
Trying to invite Marte to use some protective eyewear.
Got him up on the top of his head.
Just take those off.
He just put them on. Didn't he? He had them on.
See, they're right there on top of the hat, and I can't see.
He didn't have them on.
You know, he just.
But they look nice up on the top of the hat there.
Just put them on. The old flip-ups. No one wears the flip-ups, right? You see them every now and then. But... he succumbed to peer pressure. That's better.
Yeah. Kind of the way you're supposed to use them.
And
took care of Tina.
Pinch hitting for Grimm. Cubs carrying 3 catchers in September, so try to get him in at bat. Good hitting catcher. Briefly called up earlier this year after Miguel Montero was designated for assignment. The Cubs went out and got 2 catchers. They traded for Avila right at the deadline and then picked up Rene Rivera. Oh, look how easy it is. Wow, hey. You know Kutch is going to say something about that. He doesn't want to look over there. Oh, that's right. Yeah. See how easy it is?
Unbelievable.
All right. Step 1, apply sunglasses. Step 2, make sure they're on the head. Okay, practice looking at the sun. Step 3, make catch. Meanwhile, Chad Kuhl, 6 in a row sent down. Really liking what Kuhl did in that second inning. It could have really, and we've seen some of those innings, of course. Sometimes they can get away from any pitcher. We're seeing more and more of that kind of inning turn out to be limited from Kuhl.
Well, we saw a great example of working in and out of base runners all around you yesterday with Trevor Williams, and that's a great lesson to learn that you can succeed with that. They can tell you, all right, you got to be able to pitch out of jams. Okay, how? You got to go out and experience it, and he did yesterday. Did a really good job.
More off. And another 1-2-3 inning for Kuhl. He has shut out the Cubs over 5, and the Pirates leading them 3-0. at our Yellowwood bringing the lumber, and Max Moroff, the Pirates rookie. This was his second career home run. That one making its way out into the Allegheny back on August the 18th. Good an effort for the souvenir. This is today. Clearing the ballpark on the fly. 5'10" Moroff packing a lot of punch. Our Yellowwood bringing the lumber.
And he knew that was gone, like all the rest of us did when it left the bat.
And he will lead things off for the Pirates here in the 5th. Happy 8th birthday. What a great way to celebrate it here at the Ball Yard.
Happy birthday, Neil. Bobby Zastrasny.
Zastrisny.
That's okay.
Rob
Bobby Z, come on.
I got to practice that. Zastrisny. Rob Zed.
I don't have any information on him.
Well,
on the notes or the stat sheet. But here he is, working in the 5th.
I grew up in Corpus Christi, Texas, born in Edmonton, Alberta, and played with Wayne Gretzky's son Trevor in the minor leagues. He went to Mizzou. A few things for you.
So
play with
some more Z's.
Zed from Canada, but Moroff with that big blast. Good to see him getting in a little bit more now, and never wanted to see Josh Harrison have to end his season early being hit by a pitch, but perhaps there could yield a ray of hope, something positive. There's Jay Hay. You get an extended look at Moroff and see, can he be a factor next season? Now, between innings, fun little circumstance with Andrew McCutchen. Remember, Starling Marte had some hard times seeing a ball in the sun and didn't have his sunglasses on. McCutchen trying to imitate Marte. I can't see the ball. Camara Barti, the first base and outfield coach as well. Having some fun with the two-time reigning Gold Glover, Starling Marte. McCutchen hitless in 2 trips today. Getting to face a lefty.
I'm enjoying the byplay of the outfielders. When you make the catch, you can have some fun with it. As long as you make the catch.
Twisting toward the corner. Trouble. Now Clint Hurdle. Hey, sunglasses are great on a sunny day when you wear them. Everyone making sure they chime in. But you're right, Steve. Right? I mean, it's all fun and games if you make the catch. If not, then no one wants to make fun of it.
Well, you're going to hear it from your teammates, your manager. And if you don't make the catch, you go sit by yourself at the end of the dugout.
Starling's like, all right, I get it. McCutchen. That's going to be extra bases. A 1-out double for Andrew McCutchen. First extra base hit for McCutchen since August 20th.
It leaves that off-speed pitch right in the middle of the plate. Andrew doesn't get up so quick that he pulls it foul. Gives himself 2 easy bases down in the corner.
That's good to see.
Yeah, it's good to see if we can add on a little bit. We got 3 early. Never know how many you're going to need.
Josh Bell 2 for 2 today. Two-run home run in the first. Singled. Faced 2 pitchers. Arrieta threw the first one wide to him and then had to leave the game with an apparent injury. He grabbed his right upper leg area for Arrieta. Now, since 1940, a man named Maurice Van Robes has the team record in rookies for runs batted in. Bell just needs 3 more to have the most rookie RBIs for the Pirates in 77 years. And he might have picked up another one. Joey Cora waving home McCutchen. Schwarber's throws offline, and Bell out trying to go to second, but give him an RBI single, and the Pirates have a 4-0 lead.
And Josh Bell having himself an afternoon.
Seven 2-4 on the putout. Reacting to the fastball in. RBI number 81 for Bell. And a 4-run advantage over the Cubs.
Keep adding on. Each one you add on now makes it tougher for the Cubbies. Seems like 2 you're adding on.
Freese has been on base both times today with a single and a walk. Josh Bell driving in McCutchen. The 3 and 4 hitters talking over things. Over is Strisny, and Freeman takes care of the final out. Pirates get another run, leading 4-0 through 5. Here's how we got here right away. First inning, Josh Bell with home run number 24. A high arcing blast, giving the Pirates a 2-run advantage, and then preventing runs as well. Starling Marte on the fly, nailing Ben Zobrist at the plate, helping out Chad Poole in that second and the third. Max Moroff hitting another one clearing the ballpark on the fly. And Jake Arrieta having to leave the ball game, grabbing the back of that right leg. Leaving in the 3rd inning today. In the 5th, Josh Bell, another run batted in. He's 3 for 3 today. And helping out Chad Kuhl to a 4-0 lead as we start the 6th.
And who doesn't really look at this point like he needs a lot of help. Of course, he appreciates all the help they can give him, but he's motoring right along in this ball game, doing a very nice job.
He has sent down 7 Cubs in a row. Has allowed 4 hits and a walk. Kuhl has struck out 7 Cubs today, including Schwarber twice. Hitting at 199. Since he came back from his demotion to the minors just before the All-Star break. Hitting at 245 coming into today, but still he's slugging .537. That's a very high number. So still the power, but he's striking out 1 out of every 3 plate appearances. Not that same dynamic hitter the Pirates thought they had when he first came up.
Strikeout number 8. Schwarber a little bit like Eric Thames from Milwaukee. All or nothing. Yeah, the home runs with not a lot of RBIs.
Where is it?
The backdoor breaking ball that didn't, well, it stayed out in the yard a little bit, but they were having trouble getting the door open. Not happy with that. When you're hitting 199, that's what the things that happen. Could we have one of those really good, quick half innings? That would be the perfect time to have it, as Chad is getting it done.
Getting Bryant for the first time today. Swinging on the first pitch.
This is impressive stuff.
And the Pirates, you know, they're certainly their warts if you look back at this season. However, against the Cubs, the team that, you know, you probably need to beat the most this year, well, the Pirates have hung right in there, and if they can prevail today, we'll have a split of the season series so far.
I'm really impressed with the work he's done against Anthony Rizzo. Young right-handed starter, getting his feet on the ground against, I think, one of the best.
And it is going to be that quick inning. An 8-pitch inning as he waves off Marte. Chad Kuhl rolling against the Cubs. He shut him out through 6.
Bottom half of the 6th inning here on AT&T Sportsnet. And to say that Jordan Luplow had a good day Saturday would be a big understatement. First hit, first home run, and now his first appearance on Twitter Tuesday. That's right, the rookie will join Robbie Inzbikowski tomorrow. So please tweet us your questions for Jordan at ATT Sportsnet Pit and use the hashtag Bucks Tuesday. And we'll get a chance to learn a little bit more about someone we really didn't know much about at all. back in spring training, but guys, we're learning quickly, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't even at spring training.
That's right.
We just see him every now and then fill in, but
Got his attention. Got our attention the other night for sure.
and that's such a compliment to Luplow. Third-round pick just 3 years ago. Was part of that Bradenton Marauders Florida State League championship team at this time a year ago in A-ball, and now is in the major leagues.
Quite a journey.
He's the first out against Zastryzny here in the 6th. And come on out here to the ballpark on Wednesday. It's Roberto Clemente Day and a pregame Pirates Fiesta in celebration of Latin American culture. Tickets are $25. They include a pregame event with refreshments and live music, a ticket to the Pirates and Cubs game, and an exclusive Roberto Clemente 21 cap. Get your tickets at pirates.com/Fiesta Latina. Always a memorable and important day, Roberto Clemente Day here in Pittsburgh.
I used to have a great Clemente hat. I can't find it now. I don't know where it went, so I'm going to be getting one of those hats.
That's good.
I'm getting myself a Clemente hat.
Cracked out to center. Jay records the second out. I'll be looking forward to hearing you tell us about playing with Roberto Clemente. I think that is such a great gift that we have someone who has so many first-hand accounts of the great Roberto Clemente, and you can share so much of that with us.
Well, it starts with the fact that it was an honor to be on the same team, and it never ends, but we were so fortunate to have him for 20 years, representing our baseball team and our city, and representing the integrity that one human being can have, because it was never compromised. Watching him was it was special. Being on a team with him, special times 10.
Elias Diaz with a 2-out single. So that's coming up on Wednesday right here. 1971.
Yep, kind of nice throwing pitches and turning around, ball hit to right field, and watching him do his thing. There's a famous shot of him at Wrigley Field going over to right field, and just like you do a kind of a bent leg slide into second base, ball was kind of tailing back to him, just did one of those like pop-up slides, one of those icon photos, one of many of him.
Here, Cool with a 2-out chance. Means he'll go out for the 7th. Standing at 85 pitches. After sending down 10 Cubs in a row. Where's Kevin?
Yeah, there he is. Never leaves his post.
A lot of broadcasts today. And Zastryzny with his second strikeout. Through 6. Cool and the Pirates shutting out the Cubs.
Pirates baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by the all-new Chevy Equinox and your Western PA Chevy dealers. And by Day Automotive. We're gonna make your day. Let's go Bucks!
Our Day Automotive this day in Pirates history. Back in 1976, the Pirates beating the Expos 5-3 at Parc Jarry. Oh, no, that's at the Big O by then. Teams tied at 2 in the ninth when Omar Moreno hit a 2-run single off Dale Murray, and then coming around to score, giving the Pirates a 5-3 lead in the bottom half. Tim Foley then with the Expos singling off of Teak.
Chad Kuhl out there trying to work on his 10th in a row, or 11th in a row. He's retired 10. A little string of pearls going.
So Ben Zobrist thrown out at the plate back in the second after his single.
A.J. Schugel getting loose. We're talking about A.J. Schugel and his really good above average changeup, exceptional changeup, loosening up. Boy, Chad's making it look easy today. He really is. He's like kind of a little rocking chair. And I'm starting to wonder if you know, we talked, and I've got a note that looked like he was finding his curveball like in the 4th inning, gaining a little confidence with it. And you take a look at his pitch count per inning.
A little bumpy early, limited the damage in the second, and got some help from his defense. And then since then, this is the kind of outing that we've seen on occasion, but we were hoping to see more of this from Kuhl, and today he's delivering.
Yep. More innings, more action deeper into ball games. There was a period when he was going 5 innings all the time. You love to see him stretch it out like this. This could be his last inning with Schugel out there getting ready, but I think he's been mixing the curveball in nice. I think he kind of found it in the 4th inning. And when you have a curveball to match that really good heat, he's been rolling. This may be as good as I've seen him.
Yeah, I mean, entering this start, Kuhl averaging just a tick under 5 innings per start over the course of the whole season. One of those starts was that 3-inning start against the Cubs, filling in for Tyone on 2 days rest. However, it's still thematic, shorter starts. But in baseball nowadays, you don't even average 5 2/3 innings from your starters anymore. No. So if you can pitch 6 innings a start, that's above average. If you can give a 4.5 ERA, that's average. And Kuhl has done better than the latter.
He's certainly done a whole lot better than all that today. Yeah. But he's retired 11 in a row now.
11 since Bryant's double in the 3rd. And he has struck out 8 today. New career high.
The 1 free pass, Avila.
And early.
Remember those 3-0 counts, 2-0 counts? Yeah, that kind of stuff. But you find it. You keep working, you find that groove, and all of a sudden it feels right. And then you take off on the kind of work he's been doing here in the latter part of this ball game.
Now he's rebounded 2 out of the first 3 batters, throwing a first pitch strike. That one a borderline pitch. Instead of called strike 3, it's ball 4.
And Clint wants to know if his man is ready. It's just a 4-run lead. It's a good lead. Let's see how close this ball 4 call was. Close enough to be called strike 3. That's the answer to that question.
So Avila drawing the only 2 walks against Kuhl today.
And with this really good Chicago Cub team, you might think that Chad has to get this next guy out.
You know what we've seen from Kuhl a lot is, you know, okay, here is X amount of scoreless or 1 run over 5, and then in that last inning he can't get through it. He can't, you know, And this, I know he really wants to get through 7 now that he's been given the ball to start the inning.
Yeah, well, what was the last start? He got 5 scoreless and then got hurt in the 6th inning. And now he's had 6 scoreless. Gets the first out in the 7th. And we're looking for a ground ball right here.
Ball and a strike now on Hayward.
And all of a sudden the wind has turned around, not helping the hitters as much. Maybe a little sideways action, swirling.
It was blowing stiffly out earlier.
It is turning back around again.
Nice.
There's that skipping stone that would go across the pond.
Poole has not surpassed 100 pitches since late July. He's only done it twice this year.
We'll be looking down the barrel at number 99 here.
But the Pirates have challenged these young starting pitchers. Hey, we're not just going to take the ball away from you at 100 pitches as this season has gone on. If you're pitching well and the game dictates it, all right, we're going to let you keep going a little bit farther. Jameson Taillon, Trevor Williams, examples of that. Stephen Brault in the picture. He'll get the ball tomorrow. Softly hit. And Moroff as the second out.
Going off speed again. A nice mix. A lot of heat, a lot of fastball, and either the changeup or the curve that kind of saw right around the fourth inning rather. Starting to feel better about off speed.
And MLB.com at bat. That's your #1 mobile app for live Pirates baseball. Stay connected with a fully customizable experience. You get Pirates home screen icons and app features, as well as game day, live game video highlights, radio broadcasts, StatCast, news, and more. Download MLB.com at bat today. Everybody enjoying the ball game today. Pirates looking for their 3rd win in a row. Fun for the whole family with Chad Kuhl pitching a shutout so far. Tommy La Stella will pinch hit for Freeman. Right to Moroff.
There you go. That's what you want, to put a lid on it, even though they hit it good at somebody. And that's the kind of afternoon that Chad Kuhl has had. Great work.
Kuhl excellent today. 7 shutout innings against the Cubs.
8 strikeouts, 2 walks, mixed up his pitches beautifully. Fastball sawed off Anthony Rizzo. You don't see that very often. Some good looking breaking balls. Love to see that curveball that he kind of found around the 4th inning. Uses it again and again. Nice mix when you can throw that hard. 7 scoreless against a really good baseball team. really a shot in the arm. And by the way, back-to-back really good things for those young pitchers, if you will, the young starters, Trevor Williams and Chad Kuhl, putting themselves very nicely. The totals, and that's a good-looking line. That's an outstanding-looking line.
Career best 8 strikeouts and needing only 100 pitches to get through 7 innings. That's something that we have not seen a lot from Kuhl. Very, very good outing today. And on our UPMC scoreboard, the Pirates have a 4-0 lead for him. He'll try to beat the Cubs for the first time.
Yeah, they had this coming against him because they've been tough on him, but he came up big this afternoon. Great work.
Pirates starters now 20 consecutive scoreless innings. As Ben Zobrist will swing over to short as Tommy La Stella stays in the game at second. For Freeman pinch hit for. So Pirate pitching helping them be in these games and trying to win 3 in a row now. Milwaukee lost today on that. We saw it earlier. If you were with us, Billy Hamilton hitting a game-winning home run for the Reds. So off the glove of Zastryzny, and then there was no chance.
Interesting scoring decision. Tried to push it that way with a left-hander that usually finishes a little more toward third base. Should have had the ball. I don't know how this worked, but he's on first base and he wouldn't mind adding on. Base hit.
So more off aboard at the plate, I should say, after and showing the power to left field. Marte will score. Max Moroff is driven in a pair today. 5-0 Buccos.
That ball was tattooed, and he got a very good bounce also that made it very easy for Starling Marte to come all the way around. This ball was hammered. Turned it right back around, out away, breaking ball, and got it down into the corner. There's the bounce that kind of stays along the boards out there and cruising on in, Starling Marte.
So the bunt hit, and then that crushing double by Moroff. So the rookies today, 3 driven in by Bell, 2 by Moroff. And the old veteran Chad Kuhl in his first full season, issuing 7 scoreless. McCutchen a double his last time.
Yeah, Andrew hooked it down into the corner.
'91 from Zastryzny. Moroff at second, still nobody out. Chad Kuhl working 7 shutout innings today, but the Pirates have had a number of starters to go 6 scoreless since the calendar turned to August. The Pirates and Cleveland with the most instances of that. Cubs on that list. McCutchen strikes out for the first out.
Number 3 for Bobby Z.
Chad Kuhl outstanding today. And look at some of our Point Park tweets on the lowdown.
You know what that is right now? That's a good tired. Yep, good work. Put in a good full shift. Feels good sitting there with a seemingly comfortable lead. Good place to be as a major league starter, right there at this point in the game.
A couple of moments, you know, the two-out doubles to Bryant in the first and third innings gets Rizzo, especially that second time around with that jamming fastball. You know, that second inning he was not sharp and his defense helped him, but he got through the inning without allowing a run, and then he was very sharp the rest of the way and grinding through the seventh, making sure he completed that inning.
Yeah, that's a nice, and that's what happened yesterday with Williams. A 1-2-3, his only 1-2-3 inning, and Chad didn't have the 1-2-3, but just a meaningless walk. Just running the table.
And as we start, you know, our minds start drifting towards looking at 2018, Moroff having a nice day today. Let's see him play a lot in September, just to know what he has. You know, Bell has really emerged as a rookie, and most years probably would be the rookie of the year. We also think about, you know, the starting pitching. The Pirates have a good basis for a good starting rotation next season. They've had a good one this year. And that's, I think, you know, when it comes down to having 5 average or above average pitchers, the Pirates have had that this year. And I was looking it up today. There are 3 teams in baseball that basically, if you go by ERA, have 5 average or above starting pitchers who have given you 20 starts or more this year. Kind of convoluted, but basically what I'm trying to tell you is that, you know, that's pretty unusual to have 5 guys that you can count on.
It is very unusual to get 5 you can count on.
Now the difference is, will those 5 continue to improve? Will you see some of that upper echelon pitching that we've seen from Garrett Cole, especially Ivan Nova earlier this year? Can those young guys, and Tyone really over the first maybe 20-some starts of his career, looking more back to form his last start. Cool and Williams, as the season's gone on, they've kind of risen to nearing those types of levels at times. Now if they all do that in unison, now you got a really good basis with which to work. So I'm encouraged by what we've seen again here today from Mr. Cool.
Oh, he was terrific.
Bell called out on strikes. First time he's been retired today. And just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in the game, brought to you by Miller Lite. We should have you do that, Reed. That, I think you'd put a little more punch into it. David Freese, single and a walk today. A run across on the Moroff double. He's still at second.
Through just about 7 innings, the Pirates have played a very solid baseball game today. It's gonna finish it off.
Well, if you're going to labor on Labor Day, make it a win.
Yep.
So Strisny, and he'll get the final out. Pirates get another run on a fun Labor Day here at PNC Park.
Pirates baseball on AT&T Sportsnet is brought to you by Barrel. Check out the Barrel Hot List at barrel.com. Now the only way to buy a car. And by Levin's, the official furniture and mattress supplier to the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the best quality, service, and value, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks!
8th inning coming up, and the Pirates shutting out the Cubs 5-0. All this pitching we've seen, the Pirates one unearned run yesterday, otherwise shutting out everybody over this the last 3 games, trying to win their 3rd in a row.
And they'll look to A.J. Schugel, maybe to even finish it off. He can have a comfortable 8th. 25th appearance. Final line for Chad Kuhl, mentioned again. 7 scoreless innings, 4 hits, a couple of walks, 8 strikeouts. Excellent work. Pirates lead by 5. Just in case, we're going to check out left center field and see what's going on out there. Almora.
Pinch hitting for Zastryzny, who has gone the longest of any Cubs pitcher today. 3 innings. Gave up a couple of runs. Jake Arrieta left this game in the 3rd with an apparent injury. Looked like something to do with the upper right leg.
Flipping up that changeup again, or just saw the miles per hour 77. That might have been a curveball, might have been a changeup.
Two strikes on Almora. And then a couple of lefties to follow. With the Pirates really don't have a lefty specialist per se, right? I mean, so.
Yeah, he just works in the 9th inning, though.
Yeah, right. You know,
yeah,
in Rivero, I mean, he's about as good as it gets in terms of retiring lefties. But
that one-on-one matchup.
Yeah, before the 9th.
Yep.
Schugel's kind of ascended to that role because of that changeup. You can get lefties out with the plum.
You kind of like the way that AJ walks around the mound. The body language, to me, translates confidence. I mean, he looks like he knows what he's doing and what he's trying to do.
And even though he's not spent a full season yet in the major leagues, he's 28 years old and has had success. He had success last year and again this year when he was with the Pirates. Dovydas Neverauskas trying to toss it. No Felipe Rivero today, throwing more than 40 pitches last couple of days. He will get the day off no matter what.
.83 miles an hour again. So effective, creates a lot of foul balls that are pulled foul, lefties and righties.
Talking about that changeup, statistically speaking, the last 2 years, it's been the hardest to get a hit off of any changeup in baseball. 94.
Nice little compliment off speed stuff, isn't it?
Trying to finish him off. 5 straight foul balls, 6 in this at bat from Almora. There it is.
Little cutter or slider action.
And you can raise your spirits as the Pirates seek to raise the Jolly Roger on a Spirit Night at PNC Park. Enjoy a 90-minute spirit tasting in Club 3000 and then catch Pirates baseball in a luxury suite. Join us for the final tasting of the season Wednesday. Pirates will host the Cubs. Get your tickets at pirates.com/spirits.
I'll be there. We'll be there. We have to be here. Well, this is what you want A.J. Schugel to do. Fill up the zone with strikes. Tailing, change up, little action, a little movement on it. John Jay, the former Cardinal, out in front.
A rare quiet day at the plate against the Pirates. Ranging try there by Moroff. They ruled a base hit.
That would have been tough. Jay runs extremely well. If he gets that ball, he's heading towards second base. He's heading away from first base. If he gets it there, it's still going to be a difficult play at first, time-wise.
So Jay aboard with 1 out.
You never like to leave the door open at the top of this Cubs lineup.
Now the best part of today, Bryant has not batted with a man on. He's on deck here. Schwarber hasn't batted with a man on with his power. And Rizzo has come up with a man on twice, but that was with 2 outs both times. Rizzo's batted with 2 outs every time he's come up. So lineup management, if that's a thing, has been in Schugel's favor. And his predecessor Chad Kuhl with 7 scoreless as well.
I'll tell you, now there is a gale blowing out to left field, or across from right to left. All of a sudden it's been got picked up. Raising a lot of Jolly Rogers in that group. And you can see they're stretched, heading out kind of cross right to left, helping anything to left field.
And somehow that finds a hole. They stacked him up on the right side, but hard hit and through. Back-to-back singles for the Cubs. They hadn't had a hit since the 3rd inning prior to this one. Brewers lost today. Checking out all the scores on the lowdown.
And Diaz out to talk to Schugel, buying time. So Clint on the horn out to the bullpen.
And we're receiving a report. The Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Bill Brink, writing that Clint Hurdle has inked a 4-year contract extension with the Pirates, so he will be the skipper into the next decade.
Congratulations to Clint Hurdle.
Just receiving that news. Think about when he assumed the reins and the Pirates were just hoping to have a winning season.
Done a good job for the Pittsburgh Pirates and our city
And the Pirates with his contract set to be up at the end of the season, a commitment to Hurdle and vice versa. There's been a big part of our community as well. So great to see Clint Hurdle going to be in black and gold. Signed to a 4-year contract extension, the Post-Gazette reporting. So there'll be more room for celebration should the Pirates secure the victory today.
And the leash is getting shorter for A.J. Schugel this afternoon.
He's been very good, but today just a couple of ground singles. Trying to get through this 8th inning. Facing the reigning MVP. 2 doubles today for Bryant.
And the plot thickens.
And regarding the news of Clint Hurdle, some Point Park tweets. Professor Briggs, a big Clint Hurdle fan, always has been since his Colorado days. Getting the reaction now as word gets out.
Stay up.
And a big second out. Marte's been active today.
And that's a huge out. And Bryant was right on it, but hit it well enough to let it carry out there. Huge out.
Well, Bryant with that wry smile. He knows he hit it well, but he's an out.
No glasses needed. NGM.
What are you going to do? Hit it right at him. Glasses back on the hat with the sun dipping beneath the top of the stadium.
There's a good change up to set up the at bat.
A late afternoon start today. Seeding to the evening sky soon. Rizzo 0 for 3 today. Tried to curve that time. Rizzo in his previous 20 games hitting over 400, driving in 29 runs. About as hot as it gets. Let's see if he can make him 0 for today.
Yep. Good work. That's one of the keys to beating this ball club. Getting those 2 guys out. Big
Great
part.
pitching under pressure today for the Pirates. Here are the Pirates on our Allegheny Health Network Supermall. Good look at this one, 5-0, and the sun setting on the Cubs' hopes in the opener of this series. Thanks for joining us on this Labor Day. Got a good report for you.
Working his way out of that jam in the big part of the Cubs batting order. Getting Bryant and Rizzo. Well done. Mr. Coyne would like that.
99-year-old Mr. Phil Coyne.
And this is 20-something Dylan Maples making his second Major League appearance. Major League debut yesterday afternoon, coming up from the Cubs minor league system. And by the way, in 63 innings for Mr. Maples, 100 strikeouts. So I don't know what we're going to see, but good chance we could see a lot of heat.
Yeah, the walk rate very high too down in the minor leagues, but a lot of swing and miss. Started the year in A ball. From Myrtle Beach. And past the sure-handed Hayward. Jordan Luplow stands at second to lead off the Pirates' eighth.
Yeah, that was funny. Hayward, I don't know if he just didn't see it right. Looked like it was kind of slicing back toward him.
Not only did it get by him the first time, and then the carom.
Yeah. Hits it very well in the opposite field. I think that it's going to get over to him, and well, just doesn't get there for whatever reason. Then the bounce back, and it winds up going to John Jay to get it in.
Leadoff two-bagger for Luplow, who's 1 for 3 today. And Sean Rodriguez bidding for his first hit.
Looking for a couple fastballs and getting a couple pitches that were not fastballs.
Dylan Maples out of Southern Pines, North Carolina.
Southern Pines, that's down in that golfing mecca area. If it's the same Southern Pines I'm thinking about, down around Pinehurst.
Appropriate Maples grew up there then.
Yeah, a solid maple in the sea of pines.
Not a lot of maples in the pine country. And registering his strikeout of Sean Rodriguez.
There's the 99-mile-an-hour heat after several breaking balls.
Had one yesterday, so 99. Looks like I moved a little bit too.
Look at the strike zone there. It looked like a bingo card with the diagonals.
Diaz, fair ball into the right field corner. Luplow will score. And the rookies driving in all the runs today.
That was a rocket.
Two-hit day for Elias Diaz. Looping liner, scoring Luplow, who started. Once it was fair. Scoring easily.
John Jaso going to get a whack at it.
Jaso pinch hitting with 3 home runs this year. All the RBIs today from the rookies. Schugel done after his inning. Dovidas Nevarovskis, another rookie. So using a lot of the young guys here in September. Bell, who's been here all year, 3 RBIs today. Max Moroff a home run and an RBI double. And now Diaz, the catcher, driving in another rookie in Luke Lowe.
Would you give John the green light here and just let him take a rip at one?
6-0, sure. Right?
Well, move point.
You don't like it. There's the green light. There's not the very rarely the swing sign, right?
That was the yield sign.
Chris Bosio, the Cubs pitching coach.
Over to do a little counseling to the youngster, the rookie, his second year in the big leagues.
And looking low down as the Brewers losing today. So if the Pirates can beat the Cubs, Milwaukee will stay 3.5 back. Colorado still continuing their postseason push. Cardinals with a lead in San Diego. The Rockies have slid a little bit. That wild card lead over Milwaukee going down to a half game. So now it's not just you know, the NL Central trying to win in the division, but Milwaukee could slide into that wild card now if the Rockies continue to falter. Marte 2 for 4 today. That doesn't tell you the whole story. A nice play out there in left.
He's been busy out there in left field. You can see it.
Yeah, he had one play earlier where line drive right into the sun, setting sun, and didn't have his sunglasses on. Sitting on the brim of his hat, and Andrew McCutcheon gave him a good ribbing for that. Got Diaz aboard at second after the pinch hit walk drawn by Jaso. Pirates with a run in on Diaz's double. 6-0. Pirates gave up an unearned run in the 9th inning to the Reds yesterday. Back on Saturday, they shut out Cincinnati. And you got to go back to the 8th inning on Friday, the last time that the Pirates have given up an earned run.
Now, Starling Marte, in my thinking, is going to see a fastball. Let's see if he can sit on one and run into, I would guess, youngster out there. No, he got the breaking ball.
And Maples missed. That fills him up. Pirates have a chance to blow this wide open, and certainly a man with some power, Max Moroff, clearing the ballpark. I like to see that too. He's 5'10", doesn't take that big rip, just has a built-in power. He says the difference this year, this unfound power, is getting his front foot down on time. That's it. That's all he says is the difference. He never hit more than 8 home runs in a minor league season. Jeff Branson and Jeff Livesey to his left, the hitting coaches of the Pirates.
Yep. Looking at a breaking ball to start off the at bat. Youngster leaning on the off-speed stuff. Throw it fast enough.
I'm with you. Two extra base hits for Moroff today.
Stays with the breaking ball. The conference might have been, hey, fastball's not working, you're out of sync. Let's See if you can get some of the breaking stuff over.
Now 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I'm done guessing what's going to be delivered next.
You're such a sap with Maples. You got Diaz at third, Jaso at second, Starling Marte at first. I have Maples. He's got to play for the Blue Jays eventually, doesn't he? Moroff comes through again. Diaz will score. Jaso in as well. A 3-hit day, 4 RBIs for Max Moroff. Big day for the youngsters on the ball field and in the seats. Excited to see more of Max Moroff and that bat.
You got coming out to do the pitching here.
With the bases loaded, that ripping single, plating a pair and driving Maples from the game.
Leonis Martin, position player.
8-0. Pirates lead. In the 8th inning, and I didn't think we'd see this in September with the expanded rosters, but the Cubs are going to go with Leonis Martin, a position player, an outfielder.
Yeah, the Lion King, yeah, Leonis.
And Martin will pitch for the first time in his professional career, the 29-year-old Cuban emigre. And this is Joe Madden making the pitching change. He points to the dugout because that's where Martin is sitting.
There's the signal to the bullpen, to the dugout.
Everybody's jealous.
The guys out there are enjoying this. Well, you know, the scouting report on Leonis Martin is that this is his major league debut on a major league mound.
And you get Andrew McCutchen. And Kutch with a wry smile knows it.
85-mile-an-hour heat.
Now, you know, these guys, if they really wanted to air it out, they could probably zip it in there more, but
no.
They tell you not to hurt your arm.
Well, there's more right there, 88 miles an hour.
Now,
everybody's enjoying this.
Off Bryant's glove, and that'll yield another run. 9-0 Pirates.
Now he came that close to maybe getting a double play. Off the glove that was tattooed. Now this might take a while. Brian had it measured.
Andrew McCutchen with his first run batted in.
Now let's see if, I mean, Josh Bell can just look for something. This ball game is over for all intents and purposes. And he pops up, get out of here.
I feel like the Pirates have a good chance right now.
Well, yeah, I want him to hit it out of here because you got a position player out there.
Why not add to the day that he's having, right?
Just go big time, all in.
3 RBIs.
Sell out to something. He doesn't seem to be distracted by the fact that Brian didn't make the play.
Good to see Martin has a good pickoff move, although there's no one standing within 20 feet. Josh Harrison enjoying it. He's been on the big league mound before.
There's the hook. So you know he's got a breaking ball.
John Jay pitched for the Cubs earlier. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Martin was dealt to the Cubs, right? He's been an outfielder his entire career. This is his first appearance as a Cub, as a pitcher. Rizzo to the center fielder for the out at first. Well, that's what they work on in nowhere.
Another RBI.
Well, with 4 runs batted in today.
Pitcher's fielding practice, working on it all spring. He's never worked on that in his life.
Getting up there into the 90s. McCutchen. Now this one's deep. And this one is out of here. A home run for David Freese. David Freese homers off Leonis Martin. Now, Steve, is the route on?
Oh yeah, yep. No, it's been on. You start to bring position players into pitch. Yep, it's over. That's the white flag.
And now Luplow, who led off this inning with a double. Freese's 10th home run.
They pad the stats. The heck. This is what you call a laugher.
12-0 Pirates.
And David runs into it. He's looking for something. He sells out and gets it.
Trying to help out a teammate out there. Yeah. Almost.
5 runs all around, 2 walks, 1 strike.
$12-0 after that home run from Freese. And Luplow will keep this inning going. 2 hits in the inning for the Pirates rookie.
One of those days, every pitcher goes through this.
Or every center fielder. I mean, I still can't get over the fact that the Cubs have used Martin as a pitcher before they ever used him in the outfield or at bat. We just traded for him the other day from Seattle. I wonder what Martin thinks of that. All right, sure.
Well, okay.
John Jay, who's throwing a 40-mile-per-hour curveball. Even in September with yeah, he's got some breaking stuff.
He's probably upset they didn't bring him in.
Maybe Martin was asking Joe Madden, hey, let me get out there. Let me get out there. And Jay comes up with the final out. So from one pitcher to another, Pirates beating up on the Cubs 12-0. Pirates and thinking about the state of Texas. When we think of Josh Bell, too, 4 RBIs today. Only Jason Bay tying him with those 82 RBIs. Most for a Pirates rookie since 1940. Hey, we'll have game 2 of this 4-game series. Hope it's something like this tomorrow night for you here on AT&T Sportsnet. Stephen Brault will get his first start of the season, and he'll face Kyle Hendricks. And our coverage will begin at 6:30 with Pirates pregame presented by WB Mason. Jordan Luplow with 2 hits in the inning.
Well, if you like the home team knocking the ball all around the ballpark, you've had a lot of fun today.
Everybody getting in on the action. Pirates scoring 7 runs in that inning.
This is not a save situation.
Trying to preserve a 12-run lead. Nevarowskis, a pitcher, is pitching. We saw Leonis Martin make his Cubs debut as a pitcher last inning. Pirates today getting some great pitching. It's going to get overlooked now with the score the way that it is, but Chad Kuhl, 7 scoreless today, career best 8 strikeouts. Really a fantastic outing. There's Martin, good sport about it today to go out there.
A.J. Schugel working around some base runners when the ball game was not put away at that point, but got out of it unscored upon.
Martin allowed a couple of those runs. Dylan Maples charged with 5 as Freese homered off Martin.
He'll be unavailable tomorrow, Martin.
At least a pitch.
Yeah.
Out to Luplow, and it'll carry and clang off that wall.
That's the kind of bounces you can get You don't see one that drastic very often, but sometimes they'll hit a harder surface and just take off. At some point you got to turn around and hope the bounce comes back at you. There's some concrete right at the base of that scoreboard. It might have hit that support structure. That one came back onto the field about as hard as it went out to the field.
So Zobrist with a 2-hit day. Cubs with 7 hits. Pirates with 16.
Trying to get a little payback for that last game of the Cubs series in Chicago.
And to try to even up the season series as well. Good thing that it has been a one-sided game today. Felipe Rivero not available. Clint Hurdle said that he would check on the availability of Daniel Hudson to see if he would be needed to close today. But we're also seeing Neverauskas make his way into some later inning roles. The rookie.
16 hits for the Bucks.
Usually when the score is much closer. He struck him out. It has been smooth sailing today. Pirate trip.
Well said.
Flipping along. A riverboat queen making her way to the point. This gorgeous Labor Day. What a beautiful day weather-wise.
And the baseball looking pretty.
If the score can hold, this will be the Pirates' most lopsided shutout win since 2003. You got to go back to a game at the previous incarnation of Busch Stadium. 14-0 win on August the 20th of that year.
Paint in the corner.
Hayward today 0 for 3. And Neverauskas with the second out. The rookies really contributing today. Chad Kuhl setting the tone with 7 scoreless innings. Bell driving in 4. Moroff driving in 4. Each homering today. Tommy La Stella. Strike 1. Elias Diaz with a run batted in today as well. So the rookies really providing the offense too. Good to hear the crowd on this Labor Day trying for their 3rd straight win. Governor Wolf along with Bob Nutting. Watching this one-sided affair.
Beautiful day in the Commonwealth.
'tis. $21,068. Mostly standing. Clint Hurdle ready to celebrate as well. Contract extension. 4 years today, as reported by the Post-Gazette. He'll be the Bucco skipper into the next decade. The Pirates right now have their most one-sided shutout win in 14 years and their largest at home since 1972.
They can leave that runner at second base.
And the Pirates blank the Cubs today. A rout. 12-0. The Pirates beating the Cubs and have won 3 in a row.
Well, every once in a while it's good to have a laugher. Lets everybody relax a little bit. A lot of offense. Don't forget the pitching. A shutout. You never forget the pitching in a shutout. All cylinders being involved. Pirates did not make an error. A lot of offense, a lot of pitching. You don't lose many of those games.
And the Pirates, for the 3rd straight game, do not allow an earned run. A shutout win. Their most one-sided shutout win here at home since 1972. And best overall since 2003. And there'll be plenty to talk about in this one. Let's go out to Robin T.
Guys, thanks very much. And Teak, a lot of fun at the ballpark today on a Labor Day when you win 12-0. Look, it eases maybe a little of the sting of what happened in Chicago last week. Outscored 27-5 in those 3 important